Hey, Assalamu alaikum. Let's understand about the mTOR buffering mechanism. So first of all, we will learn about the mTOR buffering. So what is the characteristics of the mTOR buffering? So basically the mTOR buffering means the cell proliferation, the cell division and the cell maintain. For example, the unhealthy cell will maintain also due to the mTOR pathway, and that mTOR is very important for progression of the damaged DNA containing cell division, which that will lead to cause oncogene activation, and in this way the cancer will possible. But it is rare, but remember this will lead to cause cancer also. So in this way, you should understand about the mTOR pathway, how to buffer that mTOR pathway, which that will lead to prevent the cancer, the prevent the all type of the things like anabolism. So mTOR pathway whenever will inhibit, so the AMPK pathway will increase, which that basically spike the AMPK pathway within the cell, which that will lead to prevent the oncogene activation and repair the DNA, the maintenance of the healthy cell, while the unhealthy cell will recycle due to the autophagy. It is known as the autophagy. While on the other hand, the DNA repair due to the AMPK pathway, while also the mitochondrial biogenesis due to the AMPK pathway, while the mTOR pathway will not work that. mTOR pathway will maintain the cell, proliferate, maturation and the division of the cell, even the damaged cell. So in this way it will lead to cause oncogene activation, so a lot more problem can be possible. So here is the notes. Let's understand about through notes. So mTOR buffering mechanism, how to buffer. So first we will understand through food. So the green tea, which that contain a EGCG, is the epigallocatechin, gallate, which that is also buffer the mTOR pathway, while the cruciferous vegetable, it can be a broccoli and the cauliflower and kale, while the berries which that contain resveratrol in grapes and the blueberries, basically it is important which that inhibit the mTOR pathway and buffer the mTOR pathway. So the turmeric is a curcumin, which that contain the compound curcumin, which that is present in the turmeric. While on the other hand, the fermented food like the kimchi and the sauerkraut, the kefir, and fatty fish like the salmon, sardines, and the olive oil and the mushrooms, which that basically the chaga, which that is a mushroom which that also inhibit the mTOR pathway. So in this is the mTOR buffering mechanism through food, while the nutrients basically the curcumin, resveratrol and EGCG, which that is the epigallocatechin gallate, which that is also the compound, it is nutrient for inhibit the mTOR pathway buffering. In this way the cancer, the oncogene activation will inhibit, the damaged DNA containing cell will be recycled because you are giving the time to recycle due to the inhibit the mTOR while activate the AMPK pathway. But we will understand about the major mechanism in the end of this video, so please watch the whole video. The quercetin, which that is a compound, and basically it is a polyphenol, and the sulforaphane, which that is a sulforaphane also known as, which that is compound, it is also anti-cancer, antioxidant like resveratrol and EGCG, and the curcumin, which that is the anti-cancer. So that is why it will basically inhibit the mTOR pathway, so it will buffer the mTOR pathway in reality. Omega-3 fatty acid also, and the vitamin D, magnesium and the selenium and fiber, the basically which that also inhibit the mTOR pathway. So in this way it will inhibit. The mechanism is that for these nutrients antioxidant activity, so the after hard training, so it will lead to buffer the mTOR pathway for the damaged cell progression as a oncogene activation like cancer. Anti-inflammatory effect, so when exercise, so it will after the exercise you will inflammation, you get the inflammation due to the oxidative stress, and that a lot more destruction of your cell, the DNA damage. So a lot more damage which that clear due to the anti-inflammatory, basically anti-inflammatory effect when exercise. mTOR inhibition during fasting. So the fasting is too much important, which that activate the AMPK pathway while buffer the mTOR pathway. The cell cycle arrest during low calories and fasting. So the cell cycle arrest is important for checking the damaged cell and recycle that all content of the cell through autophagy, which that due to the low calories and fasting, which that boosts the mTOR inhibition process while activate the AMPK pathway for repair of the DNA. Dietary pattern can be a caloric restriction, fasting. So the dietary pattern, let's understand about that, how to get the diet. So caloric restriction is important. Fasting, the mimicking the diet, it can be fasting, or other thing is that the mammalian target of rapamycin. So in this, the rapamycin, also metformin also, which that is also anti-aging and it will inhibit. So basically I am not giving the suggestion to you for using this type of the drug, but you should prevent the mTOR progression due to the naturally. So the ketogenic diet is natural, so you can prevent, and the Mediterranean diet also. The plant-based diet is very important, which that contain all type of the antioxidant compound like sulforaphane, the quercetin, and the polyphenols, which that is the antioxidant, and the exercise plus moderate sleep. So the sleep is very important. Whenever you will go into the sleep, so the fasting will trigger, which that inhibit the mTOR pathway while the AMPK pathway. Basically AMPK pathway also maintain the cell, but it will cell arrest. So the cell will not divide, but it will maintain. So the maintenance of the cell. While on the other hand, the research base, this is the explanation through research base. Research is the National Institute of Health, NIH, Journal of Nutrition, Cell Metabolism, and the Cancer Research and Aging Cell. So I hope you make sense about that. Whenever you will inhibit the mTOR pathway, so the cancer progression will inhibit while the AMPK pathway will trigger due to the fasting, the caloric restriction, low carb diet. So whenever you will give the starvation to the cell, in this way the AMPK pathway will activate whenever the energy deficiency. So if the damaged cell, so it will be recycled, while the healthy cell will maintain, increase their lifespan while it will not divide. So in this way, increase the lifespan and reverse the aging due to the inhibition of the mTOR pathway. I hope you make sense about that. See in the next video about the oncogene activation and the cancer prevention and a lot more things. So see in the next video for this time. Bye. If you are new, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. Bye. Allah Hafiz.